Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and here I am at my favorite park. This was I think it was yesterday morning, and I was doing some testing and trying to repeat an issue that I had with my Mavic Mini. And so you can see I'm starting out here. Actually, I flew for about a half an hour trying to recreate the issue that I had, which was when I went up to, I was only at about 100 feet, and it was right above me, and I lost the video image coming down from the drone. And I got a little bit panicked because it was above me and it was gone. Part of the problem is these antennas, and they're supposed to be lined up with each other and not in line with each other. In other words, they should be, the signal coming out of each one should be perpendicular to the signal going into the other one. So that's the problem that I had. And here I am. This is where the problem took place. I decided to see if I had enough range to fly all the way around the block, and which I did. That little Mavic Mini just flew all the way around, but I'm not going to show the whole boring trip. But this is where I'm coming back around the last corner, and I'm going to fly over the top of my backyard and land. That's the plan anyway. So I'm coming around here, and I am just about to turn the corner, and then in my backyard is the red yard right there, and I'm standing down there. You can kind of see me in the shadows, and looking at my monitor on my controller, and I'm turning so I can look straight down and fly in over the top of my yard and bring it down. But something happens here. All of a sudden I lost the video and telemetry feed from the drone, and because of the alignment of the antennas. And so now I've got a black screen on my phone, and I'm not sure if I've even got the drone. I can hear it, but there I hit on the black screen, I hit takeoff, so it went up a little bit, but I can hear it, but I cannot see it. When I look up, if you notice the size of my hands down there, that's about the size of the drone in a dark blue sky. So I'm looking over the fence because I can hear it, and I'm wondering if it landed in the neighbor's yard or something. In my bebop years, I lost a bebop in the yard. It was down the street a little ways, but it just crashed to the ground because the battery died. So now I'm kind of panicked because I can't find my new Mavic Mini, and that was zooming out, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I rush in the house so I can come out the front door, and there I come. I can hear it, but I have no idea where it is. I'm thinking maybe it's in the neighbor's yard, because when I look up in the sky, it's not there as far as my eyes can tell. So I'm following my ears. I can hear it very faintly, and this is only about 100 feet off the ground. And so I'm walking and trying to trace the sound, and then I realize that, no, it's behind me. So I stop and I turn around and look up, and I think I got a glimpse of it. And so then I was checking to see if I still had control of it, and sure enough, all I did was lose the downlink. The transmitter from the controller up to the drone was in good shape. You cannot imagine how happy I was to get my Mavic Mini back on the ground. So let's take a look at what happens when you have these kind of troubles and what you can do. Because right now, this guy right here is a very happy camper. So then I went and checked up and looked to see what was going on. Let's go look at it. All right, first of all, we go to Air Data, and I'll put links how to get to there and so forth. And we go to My Flights. Okay, this is kind of a new splash page that they've got from what they used to, but it works fine. So we want to look at my recent flights, and we could click on anything here because it's going to give us the whole list of recent flights. Okay, and I want to take a look at the one that took place on the 1st of December at 11:03. So I come down here to the 1st at 11:03, which should be right there. Looks like I got two of them, so we'll just try this one and see what happens here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's go to this one. There we go. All right, so there we have, I made a flight around the block and then came over to come home, and then all of a sudden I lost connection. Now, the way the information is displayed here, it's telemetry that comes down from the drone to the controller and is stored on your phone or tablet. Okay, and this is an overview right here. And if we go to let me see, we'll go over here to notifications. I know how to get there from there. All right, and then we go to the HD flight player. Okay, now as you can see, when I took off here at the very beginning, this is all the information across here. You can see when I took off at the very beginning that I didn't have a full load of satellites, but that's okay, it still worked. And we'll go over here to settings, and we're going to speed this up to 8 times so that I can get it, so I don't get bored. And we'll watch all the things that happened during this flight. Now right over here is where the drone takes off from my house. So here we go. Okay. Remember, now this is 8 times as fast, and you can see all the altitude changes. I got up to 200 feet. And then as I was coming down, or as I was headed back to my house, I got down to, all right, we're going to stop it right there, got down to about 100 feet. Now we'll put this on normal speed right there, and we'll finish up the flight. Now watch this blue line, because when it gets to the bottom, that's the last part, that's the last piece of telemetry information that we received. So we'll go ahead, and it's coming up to where I want it to be. And I paused right there for some reason. I remember in the video I did. So anyway, now you can see that blue line moving down. Okay, now right there at the end, that's the last piece of telemetry that we got. Normally, you get the landing information and everything like that, but at that point, the drone, the information coming down from the drone was lost. That is video and telemetry. So now then, when I was looking at this after that incident, I found something else that I didn't like, so we'll close this up. And it was on the same day. It was just at 10:23, which is earlier, so that would be right there, okay? And this was at my son's house. I took my drone over to my son's house and let him fly it. Now, I was concerned about this line right here. And so I want to see where that came from. And what we did, let's just download this KML file, and we'll it'll come down here on my browser, and we'll click on that, and that'll bring in Google Earth, and that'll take us to that point on Google Earth. And because I took it over to my son's house to let him fly, and we weren't thinking really smart, okay? This is his front yard right here, and it doesn't show my car parked there, but that's because this is a Google Earth picture. Anyway, so we went in and we came out, went through the house and came out and took it off from his back, underneath the roof of his back porch patio. All right. Now, so this line right here is the actual path that that came from the telemetry. Now, what he did was he took it off from that little point there, and then he flew it around in his backyard at a very low altitude. And then when he raised up in altitude right at this point, that's when he began to get GPS signals. So at that point, and it carried him on the rest of the way. But at the very first, when he took off, the drone thought it was over here somewhere because he didn't have enough GPS signals. Okay, so that's something that when I saw that line, I thought, what's going on? So now I was able to go in here and study that out. So anyway, when you want to know something about what's going on with your drone, any Mavic drone or any DJI drone, when you want to know, then go to Air Data, and I'm going to put a tag on the end of this video on how to set it up and how to use it. So hopefully, let's close this up, and no, we don't need that. Okay, and so this is Air Data, and you've got all kinds of stuff. You can look at the batteries, and there's 2 batteries. You can see how they did. That battery had 30 minutes on it, so it was about dead anyway. And controls and everything like that. So it's pretty good for taking a look at how your drone did. All right, so the coming up then is how to set up Air Data on your phone or your tablet. The rest of this video was recorded back in May of 2019, and I didn't see any sense in re-recording the same information. To begin with, you're going to need to make sure that you have an account with DJI, and then you'll have to create an account with Air Data, which is all free, nothing to worry about. So, with that information ahead of time, let's get started. All right, you go to the App Store, and you're going to type in HD Sync, only don't spell sync wrong. It ends with a C. Okay, and then once you get that, mine's in the cloud because I've already downloaded it for my my other tablet, and so you'll click on Get, and then you've got your Air. You click on Open, and then you just go ahead and you're going to fill in your DJI username, your DJI password, and then click on Verify. And then they will give you, the first time you log in with this, they'll give you a token, and you want to write that down because you'll need it from time to time and save it somewhere. It's like a password. So you'll click on Token and Verify Token, and then you'll probably want to synchronize all of your flights. And so when you click on the Synchronize Now button, then it'll start going through all your flights. Now if you've got 100 flights, it's going to take a while. If you've only got 10 or 15, it won't take so long, but it's got to download them and upload them. So that's how that's going to work. All right, okay, we're back to back to the Air Data page. Now the video that I made, I think the video that I made for the previous one I made, I think it was the April 20th video that's listed here on the screen. All right, so in order to now you've got everything uploaded using your app. Well, I hope this has been helpful to you. If you do have questions or comments, never hesitate to ask. And if this is just a way of looking at your flight path on Google Earth. So thank you for watching, and God bless.